I literally could not even afford a house to put my machines. I had just one and it couldn't even fit my room. So I was actually working outside of my house, right? The machine was outside. At the time, I had just one tailor and the guy had to sleep outside. My name is Pamela Isosa Osadodo. I am from Edo State. I'm a graduate of biochemistry and I'm the CEO La Sosa. Growing up for me was amazing. I wouldn't say I was born with a silver spoon, but I would say I was born with the grace of God, basically. Or I grew up with, having God's grace and stuff. I moved to Lagos in 2019 and then I started my fashion brand in 2020. So moving to Lagos, I won't say I wanted to be a fashion designer. I would say I just wanted to do business. I didn't want to do 9 to 5. So anything aside 9 to 5, I was down for. I had a couple of options, but I felt like, let's try fashion designing. So I went to fashion school, finished fashion school, and of course, you can't learn everything in fashion school, whether you like it or not. So I decided to start up my own fashion brand. I started up with ready-to-wear outfits. I used to sew clothes for like 4,000, 6,000 before I evolved. I literally could not even afford a house to put my machines. I had just one and it couldn't even fit my room. So I was actually working outside of my house. Right, the machine was outside. At the time, I had just one tailor and the guy had to sleep outside. Yeah, because he can't sleep in my room now. So he had to be sleeping outside, like on top of the table. And then, from there, we evolved, sewing and sewing and sewing, God's blessings and everything. We moved to like a 2-bedroom apartment. This time, I had like 2 more machines and then everything was, in a space, and we started from there, I saved up. And I'm like, oh, why not? We can actually get our own space now, and that was it. The challenges in fashion business is a lot, to be honest. It's a whole lot to deal with. Knowing the fact that most of my clients are, overseas and stuff, like 80% of my clients, it's not an easy thing, especially with, measurements and, them not having to come fit. We have to ship. Sometimes they lose weight, sometimes they add weight. That's basically the challenge. And then staff as well. Staff issues is a lot. Nobody can handle your business like you. Nobody can, but finding the right people that have the same vision as you and want you to grow as much as they're working for you, even though they are getting paid, sometimes can be a lot. Making a design for someone, personality matters a lot. If you come to me now and you say, oh, I think I want a dress, I don't know what I want, anything you want, make for me. First of all, I think I will want to, go through your page to see what you look like and see the kind of things that you like, right? For instance, if I see a picture of you and I see that, oh, you don't really like to show too much skin, in my head, I'm already thinking of, okay, whatever we're going to do for this person, we already know that we're not going to expose our body, right? We're going to make something covered up. And then I check the colors on your page, or I ask you if you're not available. I ask you like, what kind of colors do you like? And when you tell me, I'll try to use that to create something in my head. I could get inspo from anywhere. There's Pinterest, there's a whole lot of other things that you can just see and it's like, oh, I think this will look nice on this person. And when I hear people say, you're lying, you didn't, like, this is clearly not, how can you say sewing clothes got you this and stuff? It makes me laugh because you have no idea how much of people, like, if people actually believe in what you do and if people actually trust you enough to give you their money to say, oh, I want you to do this thing for me. That's one thing I always say is, if someone can trust me, if you can trust me with your money, I am genuinely grateful to you, because you have one client today. I didn't just wake up one morning and I woke up to this I just told you the hassle. I've told you the challenges. It's not always rosy, but consistency. You have to be consistent. You have to keep doing what you do. You have to not be tired. You have to be ready for sleepless nights. You have to cry yourself out to sleep sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't really work out, you know, the way you. Sometimes anything can happen. Things can go wrong. You're working with people. It's not just a one-man thing. Now you have staff and everything. So it's not always a rosy thing. But as long as you're consistent, as long as God directs you to the right people. That's one thing I always just one client, like just one person can change your whole story. Just one referral can change your whole story. At first I thought, oh, I can't even, like, why would somebody even pay this amount for clothes? Like, I used to think like that as well. But knowing yourself, knowing what you bring to the table, knowing your worth, knowing how much work you have put into making your brand, like, more than it's a growth process. It's not something that just happens, right? So consistency. You have to use money to make money, to be honest. You have to do shoots, you have to do a whole lot of stuff. And trust me, if God is with you, why not? A lot of people say I should do shoots, I don't post myself, people know my works, but they don't know what I look like, or stuff like that. Well, I think I'm actually working on putting myself out there a lot more, because I'm not really I don't think I want anybody to know me. I just want to make money, do what I love doing and stuff like that. But moving forward, I actually think, oh, it's not a problem. I think I want to put myself out there more, so people will, know the face behind the brand and see the face behind the brand. And also, of course, go global, open, branches all over the world, in the US, a lot of places, literally maybe all the continents in the world, and go global, basically. Let everybody, every single person know about La Sosa.